There were 9 teams between 130 and 140%.
Yes, it's going to be such an afternoon. I mean, we have obviously most countries put their best riders last. That would be the norm. And we have obviously Totilas for the Netherlands. We've got Ravel for the United States. We've got Mistral's Horace for Great Britain. And it's going to be a very close competition.
Edward Gall, current FEI world ranked #1 horse and rider.
They just love this horse. I mean, crowds all over the world come to watch this horse. He's made the sport so famous.
Fourth and final rider now.
And let's hope he can do a good test. Of course, as you've probably heard, we had the unfortunate elimination of Adelinda this morning, so his score...
I went to the press conference, and in fact I went through the press conference on air to just let give the viewers the official line. Terribly unfortunate.
So sad for her. I mean, to come here as a former medalist and expected to be a medalist this year, to have that happen must be devastating.
Well, I've been lucky enough to see Edward and Totilas 3 or 4 times now live, and I've seen people at the FEI, All-Tech FEI European Champions, where people just in tears in the crowds just watching this.
He creates such emotion, doesn't he, among the public. I think, you know, he is the epitome of everything. He's black, he's beautiful, he has incredible gaits, and he has such enthusiasm for his job, and yet he has relaxation.
Well, 3 9s and 2 8s for the Holt. Of course, one does sort of start to tend to get used to 9s with this horse.
Oh, well, what one tends to get used to is the fact that if you're drawn to follow this horse, you're going to really wish that you were part of the sport, because you can see here the athleticism in his reach, the height, the self-carriage, the lightness. Only a 7 from one judge for the extended trot, which actually, you know, we all know, you know, that obviously not every horse has strong points the whole way through the test.
And a 10 for the Holt.
That's left.
From Judge at C, of course, the Holt directly in front of Mr. Stephen Clark at C.
You know, it'll be incredible if he makes a Grand Prix in the 80%. But possible. I mean, the horse is a year older than he was at Windsor. He's that little bit more experienced, and he's got that little bit more calmness to his movement now. It was a little bit freaky almost last year how he moved. He had he's moving forward too much there. He didn't control. You can see the left hind leg not coming through quite as much as the right hind leg in the passage here. And tremendous height through the shoulder and the front. The one thing this horse has always been able to do is actually to be able to put expression and that power into his work, and yet he's always been able to maintain a fairly relaxed walk, which is quite unusual for a horse that has so much power in the rest of his work, and yet still you see that relaxation through his body and the length in his neck that gives him a good overtrack.
Another 10 for the passage. 3 9s, a 10 for the passage.
See here if we can maintain the regularity this time through the turns. The horse has so much energy. I think that's what we all can gather from watching it. It's the power that the horse puts into this Piaffe and Passage. 10 for a transition there.
Along with 4 9s.
Well, the horse is a sensation, and you know it does tend to again evoke a lot of emotion with people, judges. We have the 9-2 tempies. These have improved considerably. since last year. It was certainly a weakness which came from greenness, whereas now they look a lot more rideable.
I mean, still, what is he, 10-year-old now, isn't he? I think
He's 10 years old, and that is an incredibly youthful age for a Grand Prix horse. And let's hope he manages to keep this enthusiasm through his career. Of course, the unbelievable thing about this horse is the expectation from riders and judges that the horse always has to perform for like 80–90%. Can you imagine having that hanging over your head? That this is what people look for the whole time. I would imagine that, like anybody, like a person and as horses, he's going to have off days, but he seems to be, he's running on an average at the moment of 83%, which is just unbelievable. Now this is where he's not really yet in self-carriage. You can see short in the neck, and certainly from the side where we can see it there, this is his one weakness at the moment there, behind the bridle. Expression through his legs, but not through the body, I would say. But I think at the moment, again, you know, bearing in mind that this is probably one of his pirouettes. Again, the horse's strong point is particularly the collection. So he's built for this. He's always naturally engaged. You can see here, look how his hind leg stays underneath his stomach, really under him, and he turns.
A 10 from the judge E for the pirouette to the left.
Dutch judge. Not meaning to sound bitter or anything, but... And that extended trot, still you can see, if you really look for what you want in an extended trot, which is over track, the hind leg landing over the forefront of the front leg, we're not seeing it there in the extended trot. But you know, you have to imagine with a horse of this quality, you are coming down from a 10. You're not going up, you're coming down, you know, because the horse has such expression and unbelievable work ethic and everything. This is not quite how we've seen him Piaf before. Ed was riding him quite forward in that. He's still scoring 10s for the passage. But the Piaf, I would imagine, will have to come down a little bit in the marks there for the forwardness that he gave. That unbelievable cheers.
Well, Carl Hester's with us here in the commentary box. Carl, yet again, Moorlands Totilas has got the crowds in the grandstand on their feet.
Well, you know, I mean, he is a sensation. He is loved by the world of dressage, and you know, I think, you know, obviously to have the games in Kentucky, you know, there's going to be a lot of people here that have only read about this horse,
yes,
heard about this horse, they've never seen this horse, and they will be, as a lot of us, you know, are, you know, it's a sensation.